yesterday and then me being completely fine today, I'm not about it.
It's so weird.
No, because there's one thing about me, I don't like to suffer. Mm-hmm. I either want to die or don't. Like, I hate that. Like, but no. Like, I don't even want to get old because I'm just like, if I hit a certain age where like the suffering may begin in like a year, cancel it.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with it.
I was going to say the speed at which you just accept death.
It's crazy.
It's alarming every
crazy.
time.
I'm ready. I'm like, oh my God, finally. Like, I have been waiting. My bags are packed.
Usually you're laying down.
Usually, because I'm like, do you want
like,
me?
well.
Are you going to stab me? Should I do it? Like, how does this work?
I'm not getting up.
They're like, well, I didn't think it would be like this. And I'm like,
they leave because you took the fun out of killing
they're like,
you.
yeah. And then I'm like, are you kidding? Get back here and kill me.
You little bitch.
Kill me. Please. And then also,
what a tease.
So fucking rude. And then also, like, I'm not trying to die after work, during work.
This you have talked about a lot, yeah. But we always find holes, and then I don't know that we have found the perfect time yet.
It's got to be Sunday. I feel like Sunday's the perfect day to go.
A lot of existential conversations on this podcast.
Well,
I talk about mortality a lot.
I hate small talk. I was telling a friend of mine that the other day. I'm like, please don't talk to me about the weather. Like, I really want to know, like.
I also hate. I'm so bad.
What's the scariest thing that ever happened to you? When did you stop believing this? Like,
I thought about it though when I went and saw the Barbie movie with my mom.
You bitch.
That's how I felt, but everybody was going to see it without me.
Are you kidding me? Well, I haven't seen it, and we said we were going to see it together.
My sisters also said they were going to see it with me, and then
I don't care.
Plans.
Why does that mean you get to hurt me?
You weren't home.
Oh, so you found the next best thing.
My mom is the next best thing next to you. Is this how the ranking goes in your head?
Not the woman who gave you life. Me being like, I'm obviously before that. Move. I feel really betrayed. Did you like it?
Yes,
would
I loved it.
Would you see it again? Like,
absolutely. I would absolutely see it again. And I am.
Well, I'm probably going to see it alone. So.
I love you.
What?
But I'm very, very happy that I did see it with my mom. Anybody out there, go see it with your mom because it's important. It's such a good movie.
That's okay. I'll just go with the roomies. I know I can count on you guys.
There was a girl that at one point in the movie, and it was very dramatic, but I'm kind of glad that I got to say that I witnessed this. She literally, and anybody that's seen the movie probably knows the part. I heard a girl go, "I love you, Mom," and then she literally like jumped over like the armrest and hugged her mom, and then I heard her mom like kiss her forehead, and I was
That's
like,
a paid actor.
There's
no way. There's no way.
There wasn't enough people in the theater for it to be that, but
I'm sorry.
like,
let me
wow.
not be a dickhead. That's beautiful.
And then when I got home, my mom texted me. Well, I texted her that I was home, and she said, "I'm so glad that we spent the day together. Love you, Barbie."
That's a really sweet moment, Bri.
It was. Thank you.
Well,
that was a good weekend.
So good.
We had some good time away. Like
Bri and I did spend a healthy amount of time, which is what we say, a healthy amount of time away from each other, because we feel that that's necessary from time to time. But we also spent a healthy amount of time away from you guys.
Yeah.
And we're so happy to be back.
We're back.
And we're so happy that I'm still kicking ass with my segues. That doesn't go anywhere, you know. If anything, it makes me sharper. But welcome back, BBs.
Yeah, welcome home. Thank you for letting us have that little break.
We definitely needed the rest.
Yeah. But we are so happy to have you back. We are happy to be here so we can all celebrate our 1-year anniversary together now.
Fuck yeah. As two people with ADHD, that's a big accomplishment.
It is.
I am so proud of us.
We had some little gaps in there.
We did. But at the end of the day, we got back up and we did it. Like, it would have been so easy for two gals like us.
Oh, yeah.
To maybe hop off that train. But we were like, no, we love our roomies.
Nearly ghosted everybody. We could have.
Have no fear.
Came back.
Have no fear. Why are we applauding ourselves for doing the bare minimum? Like, we literally made the commitment to do this, and we're like, we're great.
And we're like, and we kept doing
it. And
it.
look at us.
So
everybody clap. Clap.
Everyone say thank you.
Everyone say thank you. But no,
we say thank you to you guys.
Yes, you have made this so much fun for us, and you're like the reason why we even wanted to come back when we had that small gap.
Right.
So you've just been a huge blessing for us, and we're so thankful for everybody, new, old. We love you all.
Yeah, we want to keep growing. So in case this is your first time listening, I'm Bri.
I'm Abby.
And we are your rent-free roommates for a whole year.
Woo!
I'm so happy that we made it. I am proud of us.
No, of course. Like, it's a huge accomplishment. And I'm,
it feels good to be back here with you guys. This definitely helps me. As much as I hope we help you, you guys definitely help me personally.
I think that's the best way to put it. You guys really do help us as well. Like, you really make our day.
Yeah.
And we've been getting so many compliments lately just on how great we've been making people feel, how seen they feel when they listen to us. And some of them are even imagining like their own family members sitting at the table with us. So like that shit really makes our day.
I love that.
And we just want to keep spreading that to everybody. But like we really can't do that without your guys' help.
Yeah. Please. If you haven't subscribed yet,
Please,
what are you doing?
Please. Like, my God.
Hello?
I want to know, are you going to die as easy as I am? Are you right there with me? Like, are you just like waiting on death too? Like, holy shit, what's got this guy held up?
Or like, do you have something positive to talk about?
Right, correct. Or can you maybe like help me think of, Bri and I help us think of something positive? Have you seen the Barbie movie? Do you think that mom and daughter were paid actors? I do. Let us know. We want to know.
We want to know. And the best way to do that is to email us. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can email us at rentfreeroommates@gmail.com, that would be great.
We love it. We love it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be about all of that stuff, because we'll listen to anything. We really will. Whether it's good, bad, if you just need to vent, if you need us to call that person a bitch, we're here for it.
Yeah.
We've got it. Okay?
We are here to support you.
Like, you found us. Hard part's over. Come on.
And you can also follow us on all of our social media. We are Rent-Free Roommates everywhere except for X.
Who cares?
Yeah. We're technically there. I don't know how long we're going to be there.
I'm not even on there anymore, and I really thought...
That says something.
I really thought I would never get rid of Twitter.
Yeah.
But here I am.
Yeah. When you said that, I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
That is really,
for anybody
really
who doesn't know
now.
me, I loved Twitter.
Yeah.
That was my baby.
You actively were always telling me something off of Twitter. And I was like, where did you hear that? And you were like, Twitter.
Like, it's the fucking Washington Post. I was like, are you fucking for real? Get on Twitter. And now I hate it. I'm never on it.
Yeah.
Fuck that. But yes, we are on there.
Yeah, technically.
If you want to stop by there, I mean,
we are rent-free
we'll never say no to a follow.
Yeah. But yes, please follow us on social media, wherever you choose. We are Rent-Free Roommates everywhere except for that place where we are Rent-Free Roomies. Because it didn't fit. So.
Yeah. Oh my God, I hope Elon doesn't hear this and sue us. What is he going to take? What is he going to take? What is he going to take?
I'm so broke.
What do you want, dude?
You're not going to get anything from me.
Oh my God. Don't take our microphones.
Don't give him ideas.
Oh, right. Oh.
The only thing of value we have. And even that, it's like it's not the best on the market. Gets the job done.
Probably just gonna give it to somebody and then flip us off.
Just gonna take it away and then just
because
throw
he can.
it in the lake.
Just because he can. He's a fuck you, Bri and Abi. Fuck you.
I hate him.
Yikes.
Anyways. Yeah, if you do have anything, if you want to talk about how much you hate that guy too, email us. It's rentfreeroommates@gmail.com.
She was practicing that in the mirror before we did this.
No. I'm just kidding. We know that she's always been down with that fucking name.
And so should you.
We even get compliments on our name. I think I forgot to tell you the few times, handful of times really, that I've gotten that.
Really?
Yeah. A bunch of new people, they'll always be like, even people that haven't listened yet, but I've just like, they've seen it or they've noticed it and they read it. They were like, that's such a catchy name. And I was like, thank you.
Well, everybody, if that's going to tell you anything, I mean, we're the podcast for you. There's not much else we can do except like literally bust into your fucking house, grab all your electronic devices, make you open them, and then watch you follow us.
But we'll never force anybody to do anything.
Oh, I was just about to say I'm not above it. That was wild.
Oh, we're on 2 different pages for that.
All right. Well, I think before this goes any further,
we'll find a happy medium and get back to you.
Yes.
For now, we'll get into it. Really?
I think it's going to scare me, yeah. I was like reading it when I was back home a little bit and I was getting a little spooked because one thing I will say is like my street is so scary at night. I've always thought that as a child. There are literally no lights on my street except at the very corner where it's like a white house with like a front porch and it's an orange light that beams down at like the 4-way stop of an intersection and it's all pitch black but like just lit there. And I have the perfect view of it from my upstairs bedroom. And I've just like
Halloween.
Oh my God, right? And there's like a little like ledge on my room because it's kind of like a loft style on our second floor. So I used to just sit out that window and watch. And I was like, damn, it'd be so cool to see somebody getting chased. Right? I'm dead ass. It's like the perfect shot. Like I really want to shoot a scary movie there. Like that town is so creepy at night.
So like all of the podcasts that we love to listen to like daily, do you also always picture most of those stories like from the perspective of like your house and like your neighborhood?
Yeah, I picture them like a lot of them taking place here.
Oh, really? Yeah. Well, if we know it's a city one.
Yeah.
But like I picture some of them like at my house, which isn't necessarily, it's very suburban. Like it's because like I lived in a cul-de-sac but it was an open cul-de-sac. Sometimes there would be just like random people that are like usually turning around, or sometimes they're just like sitting there. Sometimes they're doing donuts and sometimes they're just
fucking
sitting
losers.
there. Yeah.
I'm just jealous because I can't do one
But
without crying.
When it would be people that were probably just like turned around, because the streets in my hometown can be very confusing. And they were probably just like, okay, finally an opening. I'm going to look at my GPS and figure out where the hell I'm going. But
meanwhile, Bri's like, I'm going to call the cops.
Yeah. I'm just sitting there watching this car that's like facing my house. She's
writing down the license plate, like neighborhood watch. She's like, X5213, get the fuck out of here right now.
And then they finally leave. I'm like, oh my God.
Neighborhood's safe for another day.
I will picture like a lot of those stories like at my house. And just like when they're like talking about hiding from the windows and stuff, because we have a big picture window. That's because your house
has huge windows, dude.
Yeah,
I don't like that. And so like my house doesn't have that, but like again, it's just pitch black outside of like I don't know why it gets so dark, but like there's nothing.
That's creepy.
And I've always been afraid to look out of the windows at night because I'm afraid of seeing someone look back at me.
Yeah. I would even get scared to like go to my car.
You guys, this isn't even supposed to be a spooky like episode. No. I don't know why.
We're just spooky girls all year long. So
all year.
Ghoulie gals.
And we're getting like even closer. Like I want you to know, you guys heard it here first. Yeah. Spooky season has commenced.
We are already there.
Start buying your shit, there. Start decorating your house, because September and October it's just not enough.
Yeah.
It's just not enough.
No.
I've decided that. And what like little serotonin I have left in me goes into these months. So I need it for as long as I can get it.
Well, and I'm always excited, even just for fall in general.
It's fucking beautiful. I want to go to Maine again this year.
I feel bad that I really kind of shit on August, because by August, I want it to be fall. I'm always like, okay, I'm done with summer. I'm done sweating. I want it to be fall.
And we're going to get there. And we are there. And mentality-wise, we are there. So, but like, if you guys aren't there, sorry about that. I do live in a very spooky place. I just have to tell you that. If you want to know where it is, you have to DM me or follow us. I won't tell you for free.
Yeah, maybe run that by me before you tell anybody.
Oh.
I don't think I like that idea.
I have to run it by my agent first. So I may have spoke too soon. I'll give you a hint, if anything.
Illinois.
Go. That's why I have her. She really reels me back in. It's like a mother and a child with a leash, like at the Mall of America.
I'm so freaking pumped. And it feels like so much of the world is. I'm glad that we're all really getting on the same page. But like I said in our little break message, we want to hear your spooky stories.
We do.
We want to hear from you guys. Please send that stuff our way.
Like, literally anything that you have. If you think your house was haunted, if you think your roommate was fucking haunted. Truly. If you have, like, a scary story, a scary encounter. I mean, God knows I have quite a few.
Yeah.
I'm sure Bri does too, and I can't wait to hear your guys' stories too. So send them our way. Literally anything that you can think of.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be supernatural. It can be, but like, even if
funny.
It's, you know, yeah, if it's funny, that's fun too. But even just like true horror, like everyday life of scary people, some close calls or anything like that, like, want to hear it all. I love that stuff. I truly do listen to true horror podcasts every single day when I'm at work.
Yeah.
I really have the gall to be like, I don't understand why my mental health is so bad.
Right. Just listen back to like episode 3. Like, obviously.
I'm like, I'm so depressed. I don't get it. And then I'm like, I listen to true horror every day.
And I live in darkness. No, my God. We're working on it, everybody. But right now we're going to work on you. Let's get into this first one.
Yeah. Am I crazy for being frustrated? Hi, I moved in with my roommate January 1st of this year. She's been in the apartment for 3 years and has cycled through roommates throughout the years. Not because of any issues, simply because they have moved on, gotten married, etc. I'm a college student in the city, so it's been so hard finding good humans to live with until I found my current roommate. She's seriously the sweetest. She graduated with a degree in what I'm currently studying, so we have some things in common, and she respects my privacy and need for alone time. However, she's been dating a guy since like right before I moved in, and they've been growing increasingly close. He owns his own home, works hard, and is also so nice. They are perfect for each other. He started coming to the apartment a lot around March, but then started staying the night frequently. Now, he stays at least 4 nights a week. And the worst part is, I never have any idea when he's coming. She used to let me know, and I let her know I'd rather know he's coming than not know. But she slowly stopped telling me because of how often he is over. She says she felt annoying, telling me every time. She also gave him the spare key that was supposed to be mine without telling me. And he's come in several times without her being home to grab stuff, and I receive no warning. This has gotten so frustrating for me because I feel like I can't utilize the common spaces of my own apartment when he's here. I feel like I'm intruding, and I know I shouldn't feel this way because they are both so nice. I don't know. I'm just frustrated when he literally owns a home that they don't stay at. I'm also terrible in confrontation and wouldn't even know where to begin bringing this up, if it's even worth being upset about, since she's literally so great otherwise.
I feel like right off the bat, I have to say you have to talk about it. Because it's your home.
Yeah.
Yes, I understand. Like, that's great that they're great people. So they should understand then, theoretically speaking.
Yeah.
You know, they sound like they're wonderful. They sound like they're understanding. I think if you approach it in a way that's like, you know, I feel a little suffocated in my own space sometimes. Like, you know, this apartment really is meant for 2 people. He does have a home. Like, do you think you guys could stay there a couple nights a week or something of that nature? I mean, it doesn't have to be super like, I don't like him being here, but it's like, you do feel like this isn't, you don't get to rest.
Yeah. You feel like you constantly have a guest.
And it's true. Like, you really do. Like, whether or not they're a good person or great, like, after a while, like, I mean, if the apartment wasn't meant for that many people to begin with, it does feel like a crowd because it's also like, I can't be in the kitchen when they're in the kitchen because this space is only so big. Or like, if they're watching TV, we don't have another TV, and I'm not going to be like, get out of here.
Or you
like,
feel like a third wheel.
Exactly.
Like, that's not comfortable.
I mean, and that's just like the reality of it. Like, I mean, it's great that they're there, and like, you can say that you don't mind too. Mm-hmm. Like, you don't mind like the hanging out, but if he could be gone by a certain time, so you could like really truly unwind. Like, maybe you're somebody who like in your home space, truly, I mean, who likes to walk around nude. Who likes to do this.
Right, or close to it. Like, it doesn't even matter.
Right.
Yeah.
Or like, you can't do that in your home space, and that's annoying.
Yeah.
But like at the end of the day, it's your space though, and he has his space. I get it. I do.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, you have every right to be frustrated. It's completely valid that you're frustrated. Don't gaslight yourself.
Yeah, that's
just because
wild.
they're nice people.
That's like the thing too, is like that shouldn't stop you. If they're nice people, they're nice people. That's great. That doesn't mean like nice people can't like annoy you or do bad things unintentionally.
Right. Yeah. Or be inconsiderate.
Right. Like it happens.
Not consciously, but yeah. You said in the beginning that she's, conscious or respects your time alone, and that's great. But also alone time is something that's like part of that is the autonomy of choosing when you have alone time. And sometimes you want to socialize, or sometimes you just want to use the space of the place where you live that you pay for. So, and you have that right. So yeah, this, I would absolutely be frustrated too. We have actually had experience with this as well.
Yeah.
I don't know that the person was as nice, but.
Or considerate.
Yeah.
Like at all.
We didn't necessarily have the other half of it. But that should make things better for the overall outcome of your situation. Don't gaslight yourself into feeling like it's you or you're being ridiculous, because you're not. Like I said, it's you pay for this space. This is your home, and you sound very much like us, which is not a unique thing. I think everybody wants to just unwind when they come home, and it's like your space.
And you don't want to have to be limited to a particular space too.
No.
Like they can just be like, oh, go in your room, but it's like, okay, but like what if I don't want to be in my room right now? What if me being in my room is not my version or vision of an unwinding? Maybe I want to take a bubble bath, but we have one bathroom. Yeah. And he's here, and like I feel comfortable with you walking in, but not him. Like, come on.
Right.
Like those are the things, like, I don't really know like their whole living situation, the ins and outs, but like just that in general. Like I remember we had a fucking roommate. Like we've actually had a couple of roommates who have been pretty inconsiderate with their significant others. Yeah. So like I really do feel you on this, which the rate of my talking should be able to tell you that. I feel like that's a good indicator for everybody. Yeah. Like to know the faster I talk, the more passion I have behind it, because I've got a lot of opinions then. So no, this is coming from a place of experience and heart and just like fucking frustration. But like literally one of like the first couple days of her moving in, I'm doing the dishes in our kitchen just in like a sports bra and like yoga pants and like nothing too revealing. It's my home. And she goes, oh, hey, can you cover up because he's coming over? And I was like, no, I'm actually not going to cover up. One, because this is my home. And two, if you're with a man who you're like that, like self-conscious of like your roommate just being in a sports bra and yoga pants, then like that's a whole nother thing that you need to discuss with him. And that's not on me. That's on you. Right. But like that's just wild that you would ask me to cover up in my home.
Also, what is there to cover up? You can literally wear that at the gym.
Right. Like exactly. Like fuck? There's just like so much spoken there, like without even being... Honestly, a lot was said, even in like that short sentence. But I was just like, that's wild. Like, this man does not live here. This man has no say-so in anything. And also, it's my home. Yeah. And so if I want this, I can do whatever the fuck I very well please. So if you want your space, I mean, it sounds like your people are a lot more considerate and nice than the ones that we dealt with. Ours, like, literally avoided confrontation. Like, would use the back door instead of the front. Yeah. Do you remember that? That was wild, too.
Oh, the one time that I don't yell at people. Yeah. The one time that I was getting close to yelling and I was just actually like sternly setting boundaries or correcting something she did because it was like the last straw. She literally was hiding behind the door. She was just peeking her head around the door.
But that's the thing too, is like we don't want you to get to that living situation either, because it's also like not good. Like there was a lot of built up frustration that led to this too, and like I think at a certain point it did not become productive on either end for us to be interacting with each other, and and I like it was just really toxic towards the end. I mean, I think that's just the level of frustration we were all brought to. It doesn't justify it. Right. But it also made for a terrible living situation, and I don't want you to get to that. It sounds like she's a lovely person.
Yeah, it sounds like you guys can... You have some communication. We just need a little bit more. Yeah. And I think you can reiterate, because there was some help, in the beginning you said she's stopped letting you know because she was worried she felt she was being annoying. Literally just be like, you will never be annoying. Be like, I'm never going to be annoyed by this. Yeah. Please just tell me. It's more annoying to not know than to know. You are never going to annoy me by telling me that he's coming over.
Yeah. And I think I actually do that with like you guys too. I'm always like, I know you guys don't care, but like so-and-so is going to come over.
Right.
Like blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like giving you that courtesy so that like you can be comfortable in your home to some degree.
Right. Or just know.
Right.
Like just some heads up so you can just like mentally prepare yourself for having a guest.
And that's just all about like, it's just consideration too. Like I mean, truly, like I don't always bring people here just because I know that like that's not the living situation that like everybody wants to be in. That's not considerate when you have roommates too. So it's also, I mean, like it truly is just doing that. Like,
yeah, there does need to be a compromise. They're doing it at a very high frequency. This is too much.
It really
and
is.
He has a home. I'm so confused by this.
Right. Is it haunted?
Is he renting it out?
Do you have a ghost?
Like, is he renting out this place that he bought? That's too frequent. You like that's the other reason why
that's ridiculous.
You don't.
A little bit.
It's not ridiculous that you're frustrated, you know, because that's way too much. That is most of the week, and he has a whole house. Why the hell are they not going? Like, does
you think that would be the better like situation for them?
He must have roommates or something. Like he rents out a room or something. But like so does she. So split it. Like there's literally no reason I can see for them to not make this a more even split of her going over there and him going over to your apartment.
Yeah, I mean, just for the sake of everybody too. And I feel like how they approach it too is going to also tell you a lot. And so maybe this is your last year with them for the lease. Yeah. Because like, I mean, that's
right.
Also,
sounds like they need to move in together.
Right.
Like, what the hell?
Do you guys want to do you guys need help looking for a place?
It sounds like they already have one. He has a whole house.
Okay, guys. So, right. So go there.
Look, I found one. It's your house.
Input your address. Do you need help? Do you want me to show you around your house? I know you're not there a lot.
Did you forget? Where is that?
This is your bedroom. See how big it is compared to the one that my roommate has? Are you fucking for real?
Do you notice how there's no other people here?
Crazy.
There's no one here. It's kind of creepy. It's because you're supposed to be here.
It's so dark, right? House. It's almost like you're paying a mortgage for what?
Yeah, what the hell?
I'm going to go back to this place.
Can I stay at your house if you guys are going to be here all the time?
Where you won't be, right?
Yeah, just ask him if you can move into his place.
Like, what the fuck? Fucking house swap then. Like, do you, like, what is it? I'm not paying your mortgage though, dude. Sorry, no. That's on you.
I'm going to continue paying the rent for just my room.
So I hope you got a lot from that.
But truly, like, I think just a conversation, reiterating some of the things you guys have already talked about, and just finding a compromise. And also, I think if anybody understands it's hard to start a conversation, it's us. We're still working on that too.
All the time. I truly, Bri does get better each time, but she's kind of the queen of starting conversations at the worst time. Where I remember the time when I woke up straight from a nap and she was like, we should talk. And I was like, oh. No, not now. It's wild. It's funny. But no, they're really hard conversations to have, but like they do need to happen. They've always been beneficial in the long run.
Right. We, with those other roommates, got to that point because like we said, we couldn't have, it didn't have to be confrontation.
It didn't.
It could have been communication.
It could have been conversation.
Yes.
Bitch.
But they avoided that too.
Because they were every single time. Like, we wanted to talk.
Right. We wanted it to just be a conversation and just like sit down, like have a little roommate talk and be like, hey, let's air some stuff out.
It's like, why on earth would we want a negative living situation? This is where I have to come home to.
Right.
Like, of course I want to work it out. And like, that's how you can obviously approach it too. Like, it's not that you don't dislike this person or not want them around. You just need a healthy amount of your own alone time too. That's like also why you moved out and all of this. So it's like, I didn't sign a lease for me and 2+ people or two people. Like, that's just the reality of it. And that's fair.
Yeah.
And they need to understand that too. And I mean, if they're understanding individuals, they will. And if they don't, then I hope the lease is up soon.
Yeah. Yeah, because they need to just move into his house.
His house, emphasis, all caps. Oh my God.
It really, that is the part that just keeps getting me. While I continue contemplating that. We'll move on, but try and do that math.
Bri's just not getting it. She's like, but you have a house. A house.
I don't get it.
H, not apartment. A.
Like a home.
She doesn't get it.
House.
She doesn't get it. I don't get it. You don't get it.
Yeah.
They need to get it.
Make them get it.
Go get them. We're going to help someone else.
But yes, thank you for sharing that with us. We can definitely relate. You are not crazy for being frustrated. You have every right to be frustrated. Mm-hmm. But nip that in the bud and have, a real conversation, because it sounds like you guys can. You have that ability.
You can do it.
Yeah, best of luck with that. Thank you so much.
Let us know how it goes. Peace and blessings.
First part, which I think maybe you would even like. Actually, I wonder if you wouldn't like it, because maybe it would make like the Cape Cod area or like one of your favorite places seem a little creepy.
Really? Wow.
It just takes place there, but it's like vampires.
Oh,
and
I know which one you're talking about.
Have you watched it?
I watched about like half of it, but like fell off.
Yeah, well, and it's only like 5 or 6 episodes.
Yeah. But
yeah, I want to finish it now that Jared got us hooked. But the second part is aliens.
I fucking love that the Cape would be scary too. I want to be in the spooky places.
True. But yeah, the second part was about aliens, and I was like, they already did that they already did aliens in season 2.
I actually can't watch season 2. Like, it
really?
genuinely freaks me out.
I love season 2.
Like,
I think it's because that's where I started.
I'm truthfully just like really afraid of like going mad. I think that's why I'm so like, the second that happens, peace me out. I'm just like not trying to live with that kind of craziness. It's wild. Yeah. But like, it's really scary to see that. It's scary to see like how sadistic people, like, I just don't like it.
But do you remember like the B plot? It's like American Horror Stories always had like this out-of-pocket B plot for every season where it's like, where is this coming from?
It's like Dylan McDermott's character, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, but the one girl in the asylum, there's something...
Don't spoil it for everybody, Bri.
There's something that has to do with aliens.
They've only had 10 plus years. Yeah, I forget. It's been so long. And I do know that aliens were like somewhat involved. And I also was like not a fan of her hooking up with Evan Peters. And I was like, ew, she doesn't deserve him. I should be with him. So I was like, fuck her.
But apparently that's what the second story of the double feature is aliens. Because it was in a lot of the promo.
Did you see that Kim Kardashian's in the newest? Kim Kardashian. She's in the newest one.
No, that makes me not want to watch it.
Oh, well, I'm just telling you. Don't shoot the messenger. I didn't do it.
Maybe he'll do aliens again now that like aliens are here and stuff.
Do you think an alien would want to be on this podcast? Well, so here was my question. I was trying to talk to somebody. I'm like, do you think aliens understand English?
I don't know.
Did I ask you this?
No.
I was like, oh my God.
But this girl I saw on Instagram had a fun theory. She was like, okay, so like, what was the like boom of alien sightings and stuff like that, and just like the news and everybody talking about it? She pinpointed it to like 40s and 50s. She was like, there was so many alien sightings everywhere, and she was like, and what were the parts of the world? She was like the US, Paris, and I forget where else.
Okay.
But she was like, and what else was happening in the 40s and 50s? She was like, here in America, Disney started. She was like, where else are there Disneylands? And it was all the same places. There's like all of these alien sightings. So she was like, so what if aliens are so far advanced that they just need to relax sometimes? Maybe they're only coming here for vacation.
Oh, okay. I was waiting to see where this went.
She was like, what if they're just coming here for
maybe
Disney?
Maybe they just like the movies and want to see it too. Like, why can't they like
She's
Disney?
Like, maybe they're Disney adults.
I like where her head is at.
Me too. I was like, that's fun.
She's very positive.
Well, I'll be a vacation place for aliens.
I'm happy that they want to be here. Yeah. Most people don't.
I don't.
But I get it. It's the happiest place ever, you know?
Yeah.
Who doesn't want to go there?
We've been saying on Earth, but maybe in the whole universe.
Galaxy. We don't know.
They have fast passes that we don't even know about.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure you guys got your shit figured out if you're listening. I hope you're able, if you don't know the human language, I hope you're at least able to translate it into your language and can listen to this.
Yeah. If you want to come on, we'll figure it out.
We'll talk about it. Morse, I feel like you have to understand Morse code, and then we'll find somebody who understands Morse code, because I don't.
They probably understand English. I think it's going to be harder for us
to understand them. Yeah, I don't know.
Dumb little humans.
Buckle up, everybody. How to love and take care of myself. I've been struggling with social anxiety since I was a child and continue to struggle as a 30-year-old woman. I go through massive depressive episodes and keep beating myself up over my anxiety, dirty room, health issues, weight, and not taking care of my hair, skin, / being lazy. It feels like what is normal for others is 50 times harder for me for whatever reason. I'm struggling to just feel like a decent human being.
Did I write this?
Oh, no. We're going to unpack that. I'm really tired and exhausted of always being mean to myself, but I don't know how to do otherwise. My mind just shits on me automatically. I was wondering if any of you have gone through this or might have any idea how I can start being kinder and more loving towards myself and how to build healthy habits from the ground up.
I mean, I literally feel like
this on a whole new level.
This, yeah. Like, yes, I'm currently there, and it's hard. And I actually was just saying to Abby earlier today, because we were both just venting to each other, that literally everyone I'm talking to right now is in that exact same like mental space. And I don't know what's going on. I mean, actually, just period. I don't know what's going on. That's the problem. None of us know.
Step one.
What the fuck is going on right now in the whole world? Do the aliens know? Can they help us out? But yeah, currently there right now. And I think, don't do this because this is something I do and I try and stop myself. If you've been in a better place, try not to even compare yourself to that. It's comforting to know that, like, I've been in a positive place before, I can get there again, but it's also a way of beating yourself up for not being there currently. And I do that to myself because I'm like, how do I not, like, I've done that before. All of these things, like you even said, taking care of yourself. I've been beating myself up for a long time about struggling with that as well. And it's so easy to just talk down to yourself because it does feel like your brain just automatically goes to, well, this is so easy, or I used to do this all the time. I was better at taking care of myself in this time or back then, or like whatever it is. But that's not productive and that's not helpful. So I think at least give yourself credit for recognizing it. Even like that is the first step, is recognizing that you're having these thoughts, because I'll give myself credit for that growth. That in the past, even though I'm having a lot of the same thoughts that I had, maybe even as far back as like middle school, which was not a good time mentally, I think for like anybody. Did anybody have a good time in middle school? Or just self-deprecating or self-hating thoughts that I would even have back then, I'm catching them now. And that, I feel like, is a victory and growth in itself, that now I can recognize that so that I can try to stop it and get ahead of it or flip it around, whatever it may be. Because back then, those intrusive thoughts just happened. And those intrusive thoughts completely drove my entire day and my week, my month, the whole school year, whatever it was. I just lived in it, and I thought that was reality. Now it takes work, and it's not easy, and it's not a fast process, unfortunately. But now I can at least clock that and question it and be like, why am I doing that to myself? Or just tell myself to stop it. Yeah. And I think, I mean, honestly, journaling, I know we've talked about this before, but I did have somewhat recently, I was in such a bad mental place, like towards the end of a work day, and I just couldn't stop the intrusive thoughts. It was just one negative thing after the other, and it was just this, I was spiraling, and I could feel myself doing that, and I was like, this is not going to end well if I keep doing this. So I literally, instead of journaling, you can journal normal, that's always going to be helpful, but I just started writing down all of these awful thoughts that I was having just to get them out and like get them out of my brain, just to write them down, and then I can just forget about them, or even look at them on the page and then not having them just completely loop through my head one after the other and just like scrambling in a mess in my head, having them written down on a paper and reading them. I was like, well, that's ridiculous. Like, that thought isn't actually true. Or like, this, you feel this way because of this right now. This isn't forever. And that's always true. Even the bad stuff is not forever. So you're gonna get through it, but giving yourself some credit in being able to recognize these negative thoughts is a really good first step in just giving yourself some positivity. And then I think journaling could be a good next step. Give it a try if you've never done it before, but also just writing down how you're feeling just to kind of check in with yourself is always going to be a good thing to do as well.
You really a great start, Bri. I really just want to echo a lot of what she said. There was a couple things that stood out to me reading this too, especially the part where you were like, oh, I feel like things are 50 times harder for me when I compare it to other people. And I just want to say right there, that's been a really interesting thing for me growing up, because I used to have similar thoughts where I'm like, you know, I see myself as this, but like, people might, like, even recently, I just feel like a lot of my friends have been like getting married and have just like what feels like, I guess what you would consider like a very traditional like thought of adult life, and like I do, but like it's very different from them. Like I still very much so have like luxuries that they don't and stuff like that, and like part of me feels like somewhat weird about that, but then like part of me doesn't. But it's also this idea of like not everybody has also had the same experiences as you, or maybe had to overcome the same obstacles. Not everybody has like mental health struggles too. Like that's been a really interesting thing for me to learn as an adult, is that like some people don't even have like these intrusive thoughts of like, what if I'm not, or what if they hate me, that kind of thing. Like they just literally wake up and feel like, fuck yeah. And I'm over here like, fuck no. No. So it's just interesting, and it's been really helpful for me to be like, yeah, no, like this person did not have to deal with this at the age that I did, or have a like adult like be X, Y, and Z to me. These kind of things that like maybe put you in a different like status or mindset in your life to get you through that struggle. Therefore, you weren't progressing like this. So like you have to kind of factor in those things too, but it's also not healthy or really realistic to compare yourself to somebody else too, because not everybody like no one life is the same. Therefore, no one like, and I always say that like success is not linear, and nor are like achievements or like mindsets. Like your ups and downs are going to happen too. And I just think that like it's also just important to call them out and kind of maybe understand them for what they are. Kind of like what Bri was saying earlier is like catching these thoughts, like when she was writing them down. A thing that like I like to do is if like a thought starts with a what if, then it's likely an intrusive thought, because it's like, where is the factual information? Or if I start to have like a really negative intrusive thought, I'll ask myself like, you know, where are these feelings coming from? And then also something that I've been doing too is like also putting it on other people as well, that like you're a grown adult too. So like if you're mad at me, then speak up and say it. Otherwise, then like I'm not going to assume there's an issue, because you as an adult as well should also communicate that to me. Therefore, you don't have to spend your time doing that.
Yeah.
Those kind of things are just like things that I've picked up on in my adult life. And then just to be candid as well, I also take anxiety medication. And for some people it works, some people it doesn't. I'm one of the people that it's actually pretty beneficial for me. And it's helped me have a lot more of like a clearer mindset. It's not the go-to, obviously, like there's a lot of other alternatives, but it's just an alternative that does work for me. So it's certainly worth, like, if you feel comfortable and think it's something you could be interested in, you know, you can go talk to your primary care physician, and they can speak to you on a more personal level and talk about what might work for you, maybe do some testing, because like not every medication is like one size fits all. It might take some trial and error, but it's certainly worth a look as well if you think that's a route that could be beneficial for you. And it doesn't need to be long term. A lot of people take it short term as well.
Yeah. Obviously, I mean, we have said in the past, you know, we are huge advocates for therapy. I am also very, 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 very much aware that as much as therapy is like everyone should be doing it, not everyone can afford to do it, and it's not available to everybody. But trying to find, I know that there are some things, especially now, it's been made a little bit easier. Some people do have success with the kind of telehealth way of going about it with, some of the apps and things that are out there. I'm not going to say, jump and go do that because I have not done the research for it. So I'm not going to sponsor it.
She's like, so I don't know.
Yeah. But do your research and see if that's something that you'd be willing to do, or even look and see, there could be group therapies. Some people that don't like one-on-one therapy and are kind of weirded out by the idea of that end up being very successful in a group therapy kind of environment. Yeah.
I guess it makes sense. It would make you feel a little bit better knowing that people have similar struggles to you too.
Yeah.
And that's the thing as well. It helps a lot to feel seen. And if you have somebody who you can kind of communicate this with, I mean, I always recommend just asking if they also have the headspace to talk about something that may or may not be pretty negative, just to be conscious of their well-being as well. When we are able to talk about it with each other, I feel so much better after and so much more validated, and it's kind of easier to break things down and rationalize them as well. And I also would recommend, it's a tough path, that one that I'm actually looking into. I'd like to start doing shadow work.
Yeah, me too. I've been told many times I need to start doing that.
It's basically if you don't know what it is, and I probably have just the very bare knowledge because I just started looking into it, but it's doing a deep reflection within, and it's various different prompts, and I've been from what I've read, it can get very personal because it really forces you to look on the inside, but I've also read that it's been very successful for the people who look into it and really gets them in a healthier place, or at least cope or understand certain things about their life. Yeah. So that could certainly be an option as well. If you have the ability to take the time to do any of these, I mean, you're more than worth it, and know that you're not alone in these feelings either.
No, and I think it's so far from alone.
Just really important to acknowledge some of these thoughts as not being real and being negative and just being hurtful for the sake of being hurtful. And one thing I always like to do to myself too is I'm I love myself. Why would I talk to myself like that? I don't think that about her. Or sometimes I envision myself as a child, and I'm I would never want to speak to her like that. Mm-hmm. And it's actually been really helpful and successful for me too. And this is going to seem silly once you know Bri, because now you're going to know. But I actually keep a photo of myself on a mirror out here. It's down at the moment, but I'm just I really liked that photo of her. Mm-hmm. And I just want to know that I'm always I'm not going to talk mean to her because she's a sweetie pie and all that shit. And it's been really helpful because I see her and I'm nah, I got you, bitch.
Also, yeah, that, or imagine somebody saying the things you're saying to yourself to one of your best friends.
Or your child.
How would you feel about that person?
You'd be fucking pissed.
Yeah, so don't.
That's how you're talking about you, baby. Yeah, and we're pissed.
Beat yourself up.
We're pissed.
And it really is, it's so easy to be it feels like it's so much easier for them. They might just be better at
hiding it.
Yeah. Because I just had a situation recently that it also, I kind of got an impromptu little support group for that just popped up. I kind of reconnected with some old friends, and so now I feel I have this support group, and it was so nice to validate each other because we're all kind of going through this same situation. And it was so therapeutic to hear my one friend put so many feelings that I had been feeling for years finally put it into words that I either hadn't admitted to myself or just couldn't find the words to explain those feelings. And she said it so perfectly that I was oh my God, yes, that's exactly what I've been going through. That's exactly how I feel. Or pointing out things I didn't realize. I'm yeah, you're so right. That is exactly what's happening. And just feel it was so validating. So, I think some kind of group, even if it's unofficial and it's just with friends and just, having time to vent if you're not doing that, don't feel you're burdening friends with, by venting, because that's what friends are there for. But like Abby said, make sure, be conscious of if they have the space for it, because they might be going through some stuff too. But truly, I would, like Abby said, I would never be mad at her for coming to me, even if I kind of had a rough day or something like that. If Abby's having a really rough time or she just needed to unload, I'm I'm there for her, and I would let her know if it was too much.
Yeah. And that's the important thing too, is that like you should have like an open communication between you and said person that you're talking to, that like if it gets to a point where you want to like stop this, or like you just feel like you've reached your capacity, because it is always just a blessing having another person to listen.
I also, literally anything you can find to help you make sense of your feelings if you're not really ready for therapy. Some people might laugh at it, and some people think it's a whole, a hoax or just fake. But I really like tarot cards, and I've gotten really into that. And I have friends who I go to like for readings, but I also have my own deck now. And sometimes that's enough just to kind of turn my day around, just to have this thing, even if
it's nice to have something.
Yeah, it's just nice to have something that kind of explains things or can make a decision when I can't.
Yeah. But and that's the thing, Bri, is again, it's different for everybody. Like what's going to make you feel good may not work for somebody. Because I was just going to say is that like another thing I like to do when I feel like particularly stuck, when I'm like, these are such easy tasks, Abby, just come on. I love to make lists. Bri can attest to this.
Yes, I love a list too.
I'm a list bitch to the day I die. Like, and it feels so good to scratch something off no matter how small it is. Like sometimes I literally have just like eat breakfast on there, or fold laundry, or pay rent. Like, and it feels so good, and I feel like I'm getting something done. And then just like I have silly little tactics too, like I like if I'm working in the house and need to be working and need to be productive, I wear shoes, and I don't take them off until I'm done, because like it tricks your brain into thinking that you need to be doing something still, so it won't go into relaxing mode yet. So fucking fun facts there.
Yeah, that's such a good
I love that one, and it helps me so much. Like I've literally seen the increase. And then maybe this will help you too. It only takes 10 days to build a habit. So remember that, because I used to not make my bed every day, but I was like 10 days, Abby, just do it 10 days in a row and you can do it. And now I make it every single day.
Wow.
Because it feels good to look at it when I leave. I'm like, that's my fucking bed. Made.
I just fucking hate making
Come on, Bri, you can do it. Because you gotta look at it every morning before you leave, like a dad who just mowed the lawn. Like, that's my fucking lawn. That's my fucking bed. Okay?
Okay.
Think about it.
I'm gonna deflect and turn it back on the writer and say thank you so much for sharing with us. Bottom line, just know you are not alone in these feelings. And if you have more and you want to write again, check in with us, because we're going through it too. I can't talk for
Clearly,
Abby, but
but like we had so much advice that it's a little like, okay, they've done this. There's way too many, like maybe 3. They would have been like, yeah, they kind of know. No, been there, bought property, have a summer home. Yeah, we love it there. No, actually,
frequent flyer.
We would love to leave.
Yeah,
we are looking for new property, but no.
And also, like, it's not ridiculous that you're feeling this way, because the world is fucking on fire right now. Like it's ridiculous.
What can we do?
Everything is so hard. Yeah, just
like it really is very difficult at the moment, and I feel like we're just all kind of doing the best we can at the end of the day too.
And give yourself credit for that.
Yeah. God, at the end of the day, we're on a floating rock, Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, find your outlet to give you a little bit of joy, because we all need it.
I really hope like any one of these is helpful, and I'd love to hear back from you and know if you've implemented any of them, if they've been successful, and just know that you always have, a space in our place where you can vent and let us know how you are. You literally can always talk to us too.
Yeah, because I think that even silences some of those intrusive thoughts, is knowing that you're not alone. Mm-hmm. Knowing that somebody else is going through it too. It's like, okay, maybe I'm not this big fuck up that I keep calling myself.
These thoughts,
because other people are struggling same as me.
Yeah.
So we are here for you, and we really appreciate you sharing, because it feels good for me too. Hearing literally, I said, even as Abby was reading it, I was like, did I write this?
I feel like even that made you feel seen in an aspect too. Yeah. So you should know right then, literally, you helped Bri feel a little bit more seen today too. So that should that should show you right then and there.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you to both of our writers for sharing. We appreciate you both. Let us know. Keep in touch. And same to all of you guys. Email us if you have anything going on, good or bad.
Yeah.
If you're also excited for spooky season,
let us know. Like, we really could not have been more clear in the beginning, but just to let you know, we were very serious. Please reach out to us with anything spooky that you want to talk about. We want to hear it all, especially since we're not going to drop the ball like we did last year.
Yeah.
So we're really looking forward to it, and we hope you guys are too. But in the meantime, shout at the top of your lungs who we are. Follow us, rate us,
share us, please.
Subscribe to us.
That really helps us out. Just like
so
take a little
rating.
screenshot.
Like, it's really like we could use it.
And also, times are hard, so just be kind to yourself no matter what. Be nice to yourself and to others, and I hope that if you're having a hard time, things get better. And if you want to let us know about any of it, you know how.
Yeah.
And have fun with some of the spooky stuff, because we're here for it.
And we love you.
We love you.
Bye.
Bye.